Hi guys, in this session we're going to learn about polymers. Now there are two key terms that you need to know about when learning about polymers. The first one is monomer. Now the word mono means one, and the word mer comes from the word unit basically. So a monomer consists of one unit. The word polymer, poly is derived from the word many basically, and mer again means unit. So we need to know about what these two terms are before we can find out what each means. So as you can see from the picture, monomers are small molecules which can join up with other identical molecules to form polymers. A polymer is a long unit which is made up of many repeating units of monomer. Right, for polymerisation to occur, a monomer needs to be heated in the presence of a catalyst. Now a catalyst is something which speeds up the rate of a reaction but without being used up itself. Now these catalysts can be, for example, metal compounds. So what happens is the double bond here breaks upon heating in the presence of a catalyst. Polymerisation occurs when small alkene molecules, which are our monomers, join together to form long chain molecules, which are our polymers, but without producing any other substance. So the polymer is the only product in this reaction. The properties of polymers depends on what they are made from and the conditions under which they are made. So if we look back at the previous example, we know we have ethene as our monomer. We know this because there are two carbon atoms which are double bonded to each other, meaning the name is ethene. The N here represents any number of monomers. So you could have two monomers, or you could even have millions of monomers. So once the double bond breaks open, each monomer will react with another monomer, but under heat and with a catalyst. Now obviously we can't draw a polymer chain which is a million monomers long. Therefore what we do is we take a section which we call the repeating unit. So one unit which is repeated throughout the polymer chain. That unit then is placed in brackets to show that it's repeated, and we put the N underneath. So if we have N number of monomers, they will react to form a polymer chain which is N repeating units long. So in the exam we do not draw the repeating units unless asked. We generally draw the monomer reacting to form our repeating unit, which is N repeating units long. For the exam, there are four polymers you need to know. Remember, these here are shown as repeating units. So we have polyethene here, we have polypropene here. We know that it's polypropene since there are three carbon atoms in that main chain. 1, 2, 3. We have PVC here, and we also have PTFE here, which is polytetrafluoroethylene. Now you need to know the properties and the uses of each of these polymers. So polyethene here is flexible, cheap and a good insulator. It's used in plastic bags, plastic bottles, cling film and insulation for electrical wires. Polypropene here, which you might also see as polypropylene, is flexible, shatterproof and has a high softening point, and we use this in buckets and bowls. Now polychloroethene here, which is PVC, is tough, and cheap and long-lasting. It's also a good insulator, which makes it useful in window frames, gutters, pipes, or insulation for electrical wires. Polytetrafluoroethene, or PTFE, or Teflon, is tough, slippery, resistant to corrosion and a good insulator. Therefore, it's good for uses such as non-stick coatings for saucepans and containers for corrosive substances to be stored in. There are two main problems associated with the disposal of polymers. Now, polymers are non-biodegradable. That means that they do not rot and that they will accumulate in landfill sites such as these. Now, if we choose to incinerate them, which means burn them, we can produce lots of toxic gases which are very, very harmful. Therefore, the best solution for this would be to recycle or reuse polymers, and you might come across these polymer recycling symbols.